Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Anne, and this is the very first reading for this Old Goat Tarot. So, if you're new to tarot, um, Capricorn is represented by the goat, and I will want to be completely transparent. This will probably resonate with those more aligned on their Western Tropical Ascendant Capricorn or Sun sign. I am myself a Sun sign Capricorn, and if you have been dabbling in tarot or astrology at all, you may know that Pluto has been with us for a long time and has recently exited our sign. And this transformation has been personally very significant for myself. In doing so, in the last year, we'll save for another video, but I did find tarot and it has been really important for my own life. And I would like to share that with you. So if there was ever a time to start something new, today would be the day. Took me a long time to come to this realization. But today is January 27th, 2025. And in numerology, if you add that all up, it comes to 2053. And if you add those, the 2, the 5, the 3 together, it comes to a 10, which actually reduces to a 1. And if you're new to tarot, I'll be honest, I'm very much an amateur. So I hope that you're on this journey with me to learn. But a 1 in tarot is really the opportunity to start something new. And so that's why I chose today. I hope you'll enjoy. Sit back, relax, and I hope you'll enjoy this reading today. I will be reading today from three decks. We have the Light Seers Tarot deck, which I absolutely adore. Some might roll their eyes, but for me, I find that the more modern take on the Rider-Waite has been really resonant for myself in terms of being someone new to this journey. So I may refer to the guide. We'll pull an oracle card to kick us off from the Sacred Forest Oracle from Denise Lynn. Gonna be completely honest, I have not used the deck before, so I wanted to really sort of begin this journey with something truly brand new to both you as well as myself. So I'm excited to see what we get today. And of course, we'll pull our normal clarifiers with the normal Radiant deck. So let's get started. Now, if you're new to tarot, as myself, I had once been not too long ago, Capricorn is considered an earth sign. But when we do readings, I want to make sure that we're pulling energy from all of the signs. So I do have our fire represented here, and I have water for our water signs, cross watchers as well. I have some amethyst as well as some selenium for some divine protection. And as we get started, I would love to pull in some air energy as well. I'm going to ask for divine protection. Use a little sage here. But I'm also going to just ask that together as we hold space today, that you just really think about these cards and what they mean to you. It's not just about the the number or the major arcana, but it's also about the actual signs and symbols. They might mean something to you, and if it doesn't, that's okay. Take what does and leave the rest. All right, so these cards I have meditated on and I have pre-shuffled, so we'll go ahead and get started. Let's start off with an oracle. Spirit, angels, and guides, only for our highest and best. For the collective, this is, like I said, a primarily this little goat, which is indicative of Capricorns. But if you are a cross watcher, please take what makes sense, as well as if this happens to be your ascendant sign or your moon, perhaps there's something here for you as well. And we have air spirit knowledge, the number one. Oh my goodness, how fitting. So we have, as you know, just started Aquarius season, which is obviously the mother of all air signs, I feel like. And Pluto is in Aquarius for the near term. We've been through it. We've seen what Pluto can do. However, for Capricorns, I'm thinking about what this means for us. An air spirit. This is a number one, like I just mentioned to you, that today's, in a numerology context, breaks down January 27th, 2025 to a number one, which is obviously new beginnings. So I think that's really interesting. Let's pull up what the guidebook actually has to say for the number one. So I'm just going to read the original message that was intended. This from this oracle card. As you stand in the center of the forest, a subtle breeze lovingly touches your cheeks. Gentle gusts rustle the leaves above you as the spirit of air approaches upon her boat of light and wind. In the quietude, you sense the wind whispering messages to you from spirit. The spirit of air says, inhale. Take a moment to think things through. Think as well as feel the right direction. Get clarity and become focused before stepping forth. Take care to have thoughtful communication with others. It is an excellent time to begin a new venture or project. So, couldn't have made that up. I swear I did shuffle these cards, and I'm very excited. I even cut the deck, so the fact that we're getting air spirit here, the number one out of the oracle deck for starting something new. And air is about clarity too. Air represented in the tarot is typically the swords in some capacity, which is about clarity of mind, or in the inverse is not clarity. So the fact that she is sitting here sort of on her ship, moving forward, the fog is sort of parting ways for her. I'm feeling this myself. I feel that as Capricorn sort of move forward in this new dimension, or I guess dimension is a wrong way of saying it, could mean something very different in a spiritual context. However, as we move forward in this timeline where Pluto has left our sign, I do feel that lift, that sense of brevity, of just being able to move forward without that heaviness weighing us down. Pluto has taught me so much, and I'm very grateful. And I think it's important that we honor where we have been, but as we embark on the new, we cannot forget to set our sights forward and to see what's waiting for us and how spirit will continue to sort of part the ways excuse me, as we move forward. All right, so let's see what spirit has to tell us. I like to do a 3-card pull, sort of just a brief glance at our recent past, the current energy, and what may be in store for us for the future. So we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Maybe that's the past energy. We have the King of Wands, which is the current energy. And we have the Moon in reverse in the future. Bottom of the deck, We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So we'll go ahead and put that here for us. All right, so what am I feeling? What are you feeling, more importantly, when you think about these cards? So Nine of Cups upright is typically wish fulfillment. And if you think about the inverse of that, something may have went awry. Maybe there was a buildup, an anticipation for something, and in past energy, whether this was last week, the last few months, the last 18 years, we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about manifesting and what the universe holds for us and the wishes that we have. Our thoughts can become reality. We realize that we are powerful creators. However, when there is a sense of doubt, or perhaps there's something that we have determined for us in another realm that wasn't for us, we may think we know that that's what we need and what we want. But in reality, there's a lesson that we haven't learned yet. And I know that that's true for myself, very much true. There was a lot of hopes and dreams and wishes that I had and Lord knows that I've done a lot. I've done it the hard way. Before I was even introduced to tarot, to astrology, to more of my spiritual awakening, if you can call it that. And I fell flat in my face many times, and oftentimes those wishes did not come true. So we'll get some clarifiers on that shortly. Current energy, though, and I mentioned to you before, at least I am feeling it, where I am feeling this sense of passion. We have the King of Wands. That King of Wands is sitting there without fear. He is looking forward. He has this he holds upright this fire energy. You'll notice that in the background there is the lion. That lion is with him to protect him. That lion is courageous. That lion holds power. That lion looks fear and stares it down and faces it head on. And so the fact that there's a level of passion here, at least for myself, I'm starting this, I'm putting myself out there. What are you doing? What are you putting yourself into? Or what have you been thinking about putting yourself into? Because the fact that that lion is there to protect him, that shows strength, that shows fortitude, that feels grounding. This energy is here to support you in whatever you've been mulling about. That maybe taking that first step seems big and scary. This King of Wands is saying it is time. It is time to look whatever is holding you back from taking that first step and to march forward without fear, because that lion is going to protect you. That lion of strength that exists within you. And then we have this moon in reverse. Major Arcana 18 in reverse. And a couple things here, looking at this. The moon is typically represented as a major arcana, a big energy in the future, as something that might be hidden from our consciousness. You know, she looks like she's sleeping here. She's in the sleep. It's the nighttime. If it was in the upright position. The upright position is Major Arcana 18. That reduces to a 9. We are in a 9 year as 2025. But the fact is, this is in reverse. So whatever had been hidden from us, that had been lurking in the depths of our subconsciousness, maybe something that had, sort of tried to make itself known in the dark, in the night, in our dreams. It says, no longer is it going to hide. It's ready to come forth. Maybe there's something in your life that is still a question mark, that is waiting, that is still considered unknown. What this is telling you is that in the future, it's ready to come forth. And whatever that may be for you, it says that this is time. All right, so let's see what Spirit has to tell us in terms of clarity. I'd like to pull one or two cards, Spirit, Angels, and Guides, only the highest and best for our community here. Thank you for being with us on this beautiful day, this cold day, Northern Hemisphere, oh, you got a card coming out. Spirit, Angels, and Guides, what do we want to know? What do we need to know from this Nine of Cups in our recent past? One or two cards. Provide us the clarity that we need. Show us what it is that we need to know, what we need to learn, or what we haven't learned yet. Ooh, 3 cards. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups upright, which is very fitting considering this is the Nine of Cups in reverse. I have here the 8 of Swords. And then lastly, we have the Moon in reverse. Again. Wow. What a confirmation. So the first card that fell was the Nine of Cups upright. So again, Nine of Cups is sort of the minor arcana representation of the major arcana for wish, for the Star card. Wish fulfillment. And Spirit is saying in the past that this was in reverse. We have been wishing, perhaps hoping, holding on to something, perhaps old energies, old thought patterns that no longer serve us. And there's something blocking us from making it to that 10th cup, to that new beginning, to the end, for that cycle to end. And I feel that way because Spirit has here to clarify this, the regular Nine of Cups, which again represents those hopes, dreams, and wishes. But then there was something there that held us back. The 8 of Swords, and again, Swords is about the mind. Swords is an energy which represents clarity of thought or confusion. And you'll notice here that in this particular card, the 8 of Swords, she's sitting there bound up, but nothing's actually blocking her. She's simply blinded. And oftentimes these are sort of these are thoughts that get in the way of us moving forward. Self-doubt, self-limiting beliefs. So whatever it was that was our wish to move forward, we blocked ourselves. And it happens all the time. It happens in the micro and it happens in the macro. So that self-limiting belief or whatever it is time to move forward. And I'm saying that because we have here the Moon card in reverse. This is the guidance. The last card here is the guidance from Spirit saying that, again, it's a confirmation, another double confirmation of the future. It's basically saying, hey, whatever was blocking you, this moon, this confusion, something blocking you from the light, from the sun, it's in reverse now, meaning it is time to move forward. That wish that we had, that self-limiting belief, it is time to go. It no longer serves us. It is our time to shine. It is our time to move forward in the light. And this is basically a confirmation saying that no time like the present. It is time. The universe is saying that whatever we had held on to from that self-limiting belief became a self-fulfilling prophecy that held us back from this wish that led to this wish not being fulfilled. But now is the time to move forward. So this is the advice. All right. And how are we going to do that? Well, the universe is saying that we have the passion, we have the energy, the drive, the fire sign of the King of Wands. This is a big king here. And he's got that courage of the lion standing behind him to move forward. Spirit, angels, and guides of our highest and best. Clarify the energy of the now. Clarify what this King of Wands is trying to tell us. What is the guidance? 3 cards here. We've got the Page of Wands in reverse. We've got the Queen of Swords upright. And we've got Temperance in reverse. Okay. So let's break this down a little bit. So we have here a fire sign. I believe that's you. I believe that's us. And perhaps there is something there still lingering, because it is in reverse, which is the Page of Wands, another fire sign. And pages in the tarot represent, the children of the tarot, the hope for tomorrow. Something is there still holding us back. Maybe some sort of something's holding us back still. Some sort of hesitation, self-doubt. But there is a queen here saying that's coming. And it is the Queen of Wands. And she's looking forward. She's looking to the future. She's saying, enough of this. And she's the only queen of the tarot that actually sits sideways looking forward to the future. And swords, again, clarity of the mind. It is air. And this queen is sitting there and she's ready to cut out whatever is blocking us. So if there's a person in our life that we have this belief that is, we feel judged by, that's sort of holding us back from that passion, because rods represent fire, represent passion. The Queen of Wands is saying, if she's turning her back to that, she's ready to move forward. She has, look, this is an air sign. She has the sky above her. She's looking down. She's like, I'm enough of this. This is time. This is go time. No time to sit and to sit and like worry about anybody's doubting or raining on our parade or putting down an idea. Because what we risk is temperance in reverse. So this balance in our life, what this is saying is, if it was in the upright position, this is major arcana, this balance between one cup to the other, and usually cups in tarot represent emotions. If we don't, what's at stake here is imbalance. The fact that if we choose to continue to repress our dreams, our hopes, our wishes because of what someone else says, because of someone else that might be in our life holding us back, and we in those beliefs have like a mind of their own, what ends up happening is we become emotionally imbalanced. And instead of us moving forward with a level head, we don't move forward. And we're going to end up repeating what we've seen in the past. But I don't believe that that is true. I don't believe that that's what's going to happen. But I do think that the universe is telling us that this is at stake. Our own happiness, our own, and again, water here. Pouring water from one side to the left. That is our, in the tarot, water is typically representative of our emotions. We're going to be imbalanced. This is no longer compatible with who we are now. If we allow someone else's energy to get in the way. And so this queen is saying, I'm going to sit and turn my back on anyone who's going to hold me back. I'm going to sit and turn my back on any self-limiting beliefs. It's time to move forward whatever passion, whatever drive, whether that's the little things we do every day to make ourselves happy, connections with our kids, with our partner, whether that's the big, starting a new business, starting something brand new, taking that first step, taking a new class, reading a new book, starting a new ritual, whatever that is for you, the King of Wands is here to support us. That lion is going to eat anyone who gets in the way. As Queen is saying, we're going to turn our back on anyone else who says otherwise, because she's not willing to compromise our own happiness. And in the future, whatever was in our way, whatever was holding us back, this moon, this confusion, this dream-like state that was only a dream, but it wasn't our wish. Let's get clarity from the tarot. Spirit, angels, and guides of our highest and best. What is our team, what is our family here listening today, what do they need to know about the future? What do we have in terms of any hopes and wishes of our happiness? What do we have to look forward to? Just one or two cards. Just one or two cards. What do we need to learn for our highest and best? So honor, Spirit. We have the Hermit upright. Anything else? Anything else for our beautiful family here today listening? This old goat family. No, nothing. Okay. Well, the Hermit, it's giving Virgo energy, Earth energy. Just, we are a fellow Earth sign, so you could be dealing with a Virgo. So what's really interesting about Major Arcana, the Hermit, is that you'll notice here, inside of the Hermit's lantern on the right is a star. And just like we mentioned before, the star is our hopes and wishes, dreams and desires. And he's actually holding a wand. So, for me, I feel like this is very much full circle, where whatever was that hope and dream that we sort of may have fell flat on our face. Again, Nine of Cups in reverse is like a wish fulfillment that didn't actually happen. It felt, see here, it's wish fulfillment, but it didn't work out. We just talked about, we had this confirmation of Nine of Cups upright, that we had this dream, this vision, we had a self-limiting belief, there was a moon in reverse, Spirit saying that it's time to move forward. And here we are. Spirit's giving us and saying that the energy, the universe is behind us with this passion, this fire energy. And if we don't, what's at stake is our own happiness. The Queen is looking forward and saying it is time to move forward. The moon here in reverse again. And here we have the Hermit with that star. It's almost as if he picked that hope, that wish, that star up of whatever it was that we were trying to go forward and said, hey, this is my light. This is still my passion. I'm not going to let it go. I'm not going to forego. But a hermit is saying that it takes time. It's not something granted to us in the blink of an eye. It might take, and again, this is big Virgo energy. It might take study. It might take extra steps. It might take whatever it is. But what it's saying is that it's time whatever is holding us back, we are getting clarity now. The moon has shifted, so there's no more confusion in the way. And the Hermit is saying, okay, I'm going to try again. And I have to put in the work. I'm going to do so quietly. Whatever that is sort of maybe re-exploring that original hope, that dream, that wish. Maybe I have to revise it slightly. Maybe it wasn't quite the right version of you who you are now. And you have to sort of dust it off a little bit, polish it up, do a little studying, perhaps do a class, read a book, investigate the internet, connect with your circle of folks, whether online or offline. But that wish is still lighting the way for him. And he's got that rod of energy, that passion, that fire. It's time to move forward. But to do so in a quiet way, steady, slowly, plotting the next step, strategizing. That's what the Hermit does. And I believe that that's where we're going. So with that, Capricorns, I'll leave you with that today. Thank you for being part of this debut. Thank you for being here. Thank you for holding space. And until next time, love and light.